Hi, Room 7 and Room 13. All right, today for our 13th reading from Pippi Longstockings, we are going to be finishing Chapter 8, which was Pippi Entertains Two Burglars, burglars being robbers. So Pippi Longstockings by Astrid Lindgren, reading number 13. And what had happened in this chapter to this point? I'll give you a quick summary. Remember, a summary is like a retell, but you don't share all the details, just the most important. So to this point, two burglars have tried to rob Pippi, although they've been met with a peculiar child. And I think at this point, they just discovered that Mr. Nielsen was not another adult in the house, but is actually just a monkey. And so I think they're probably feeling pretty confident that they can get those gold coins from Pippi. And right when we left off, Pippi was asking them a lot of questions, and they, okay, now we'll start. Oh, wrong spot. Where are we? Oh, right. Pippi, for some reason, is fascinated by this Scottish jig, right? And she was practicing it. And she's just asked, can they dance the Scottish jig? And he says, yes, he can. And then he says to her, you asked too many questions, said Thunder Carlson. Can we ask a few too? Where, for instance, is the money you had on the floor a little while ago? Oh, said Pippi, in the suitcase, on top of the wardrobe, answered Pippi very truthfully. A wardrobe is a fancy old word for closet. Thunder Carlson and Bloom grinned. I hope you don't have anything against our taking it, little friend, said Thunder Carlson. Certainly not, said Pippi. Of course I don't. So whereupon Bloom lifted down the suitcase. I hope you don't have anything against my taking it back, little friend, said Pippi, getting out of bed and stepping over to Bloom. Bloom had no idea how it all happened, but suddenly the suitcase was in Pippi's hand. Here, quite your fooling, said Thunder Carlson angrily. You hand it over back to us right now. He took Pippi firmly by the hand and tried to snatch back the bounty. Fooling, too much fooling, said Pippi, and lifted Thunder Carlson up on top of the wardrobe. A moment later, she had Bloom up there too. Then the robbers were frightened. They began to see that Pippi was no ordinary girl. However, the suitcase with the gold coins tempted them so much that they quickly forgot their fright. Come on now, both together, yelled Thunder Carlson, and they jumped down from the wardrobe and threw themselves right on Pippi, who had the suitcase in her hand. Pippi gave each one a little poke with her finger, and they shrank away into the corner. Before they had a chance to get up again, Pippi had fetched a rope and, quick as a flash, had bound their arms and legs. Had bound their arms and legs. Now they were singing a different tune. Oh, please, miss, begged Thunder Carlson. Forgive us. We were only joking. Don't hurt us. We are just two robbers who came to ask for sandwiches. Bloom even began to cry a little bit. Pippi put the suitcase neatly back on the wardrobe, and then she turned to her prisoners. Can either of you dance the Scottish jig? Why, yes, said Thunder Carlson. I guess we both can. Oh, what fun, cried Pippi, clapping her hands. Oh, can't we dance a little together? I've just learned, you know. Oh, well, certainly, by all means, said Thunder Carlson, a little bit confused. So Pippi took some large scissors and cut the ropes that bound both of her guests. But we don't have any music, she said in a slightly worried voice, and then of course she had an idea. Can't you blow on a comb, she said to Bloom, and I'll dance with him, she pointed to Thunder Carlson. Oh, yes, Bloom could blow on a comb, all right, and blow he did, so that you could hear it all through the house. Mr. Nielsen sat up in bed, wide awake, just in time to see Pippi whirling around the floor with Thunder Carlson, and she was dead serious and danced as if her life depended on it. At last, Bloom said he couldn't blow on the comb any longer because it was tickling his mouth, and Thunder Carlson, who had tramped on the roads all day long, began to feel tired. That's an expression for being on his feet all day. And now he's tired. Oh, please, just a little longer, begged Pippi, dancing on, and Bloom and Thunder Carlson could do nothing but continue. And at 3 in the morning, Pippi said, I could keep on dancing until Thursday, but maybe you're tired and hungry. And that was exactly what they were, though they hardly dared to say so to Pippi. Pippi went to the pantry and took out bread and cheese and butter and ham and cold roast and milk, and they sat around the kitchen table, Bloom and Thunder Carlson and Pippi, and ate until they were stuffed. Now, Pippi decided to pour a little milk into her ear, and then promptly announced, That's good for an earache, she said. Oh, poor thing. Have you got an earache? Asked Bloom. No, said Pippi, but I might get one. Now finally, the 2 robbers got up. They thanked Pippi for the food and begged to be allowed to say goodbye. It was awfully jolly that you came. Do you really have to go so soon? Said Pippi regretfully. Never have I seen anyone who can dance the Scottish jig the way you do, my sugar pies. She said to Thunder Carlson and to Bloom, if you keep on practicing that comb, you won't even notice the tickling. And as they were going out of the door, Pippi came running after them and gave them each their very own gold piece. These, she said to the burglars, you have honestly earned. There she is in her bed with her feet on the pillow. And that is the end of chapter 8. Chapter 9 we will do tomorrow. Have a great day.